I need to get this selection up there. So, this was review. We've already been doing this. We've solved, you got one letter. When you get one letter, less than, greater than, equal to a number, you have a number line. What we're going to do here is we're going to do it in two variables, which means y and x. So just like we've been graphing lines, we're going to do the same thing. Where's across the y-axis? What is the slope? Is it went up or down? So on. The difference is with this, where we had an open circle, we're going to have a dashed line. So see how this is just greater? Have a dotted line. It's like our open circle. Over here, if we have a solid closed circle, which means we have less than or equal to, we have a line. That's one difference. The other thing is this. I'm going to have the crayon. We're going to shade above or below our line. Instead of just going on either end of the number line, we're going to do it on our graph. So, look at these two. X is less than or equal to 2x plus 3. So, Megan, where are we going to start?
We're going to start at 3.
Okay, good. We're going to start at 3. So, let's put a dot on 3. Okay, how are we going to count 2? Slope of 2.
Put a one under it.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
We're going to go up 2, over 1. Up 2, over 1. Got it. Is this going to be an open circle or a closed, a solid line or a dotted line? I mean, a solid line, because we have an equals underneath our inequalities. So up to this point, it's the same as what we've been doing. Now we've got to do one thing further. We read this from left to right. Y is less than or equal to. If I want y is less, everything in this area,
We shade that?
yes, if you're not for it, everything in this area is a solution.
So every take a PV equals
For you, yes. Two ways we can check this. One is by picking a point, and 0, 0 is the easiest point to pick. Checking your original equation. Is 0 less than or equal to 2 times 0 plus 3? Is that true?
yes.
Yes. So you shaded it the correct way. Just like we've been checking before. Just like we do up on the line. Pick something in the area that you shaded, and it should be true. Pick something not in the area you shaded, it shouldn't be true. The other thing we can do is this. It's kind of silly, but we did this in a workshop one time. So make it like a rooftop. Okay? From where the top of your line is. And think, this is less. That means you have rain underneath your roof. Okay? If it's greater, then you're going to have it on top of your roof where it should be. So you can think about it as under your roof or on top of your roof. Doesn't matter. It's just a way to maybe visualize, for those of you that see it more in a visual way, that less than means underneath. Less. Greater would have been on top. Or you can pick the point like I just did. Pick 0, 0, any other point you want. Tell me this, are the points here on this line, did they make that true?
Yeah.
Yes. Because of the equal to underneath it. So look underneath this graph. Is 0, 0 a solution? Is 0, 0 a solution? Yes. It's in the shaded area. Is negative 1, 0 a solution?
Yes.
Yes. Is 2, 8 a solution?
No.
No. So we did ask for solution sets. I could have picked any point in there, including the ones that are on this line. Those are solutions. Okay, let's look at number, or the second example. Negative 2/3 x plus 2. Vanessa, where are we going to start at? Okay, very good. 2. We always start at this number. Is that how we can count that slope? Okay, good. Down 2, over 3. Down 2, over 3. Is this going to be a dotted line or a solid line? It'll be dotted because there's no equal to underneath there. So we want a dotted line.
How do you draw that straight?
She has a straight tool.
I have a
thingy.
cheat tool up here that helps me do
Cheater.
this. Okay, so I want to shade. If we're going to shade this, it says greater than. Well, if you want to think about your rooftop here, is greater going to be on top or bottom?
Bottom. Top.
Top. So if it's greater, I want everything that's up here.
Yeah.
So we have to draw like the rectangle lines like that.
Yes, you need it either solid or dotted. You can make it dots or you can make little dashes, but you need to make that clear.
I can't wait to take super great.
So we take check points. If we check 0, 0 again, we did not shade that direction. So 0, 0 is 0 greater than negative 2/3 times 0 plus 2. So basically is 0 greater than 2. False. We shaded it the correct way because we don't want this to be in your area. All of these are solutions. That does not work. What about on this line? Are these solutions?
Yes.
Look at this. Y is greater than. It's simply greater. It cannot be on this line. These were equal to and included. So if it's a solid line, you have points on the line. If it's a dotted line, you can't. So is 5, 3 a solution here? Yes? Is negative 4, negative 2? Nope.
Yes.
Is negative 6, 8?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like that.
If it simply said pick a solution in the area. Anything in here is a solution. Okay, so we're almost done. It says, this is what I just talked about. You can use a test point to decide if you shaded correctly. 0, 0 is usually the easiest point to use. If you shaded over 0, 0, it should be correct. It should be true. If you didn't shade on it, like we did the second example, then it should not work. So when we look at these, we're going to graph in the same ways that we've always done. Pick Y, pick your y-intercept, your V, start there, count your slope. 1, 2, 3, 4 are already in the form where Y is on one side by itself. When you get to 5 and 6, do not tell me you're starting at negative 7 and you're going to count 3 for your slope. You cannot determine that unless it is in a form Y is greater than or less than or equal to mx plus b. So when we look at this equation right here, this inequality, we want Y over here. 2 things I would do first. If there's not a number in front of your letter, I would put 1. Just so it kind of reminds you that you do have to address it and do something with it. What do we need to do here to get this in the correct form? We need to move this x term.
Yeah.
If it's positive on the left, what's it going to be on the other side? negative, because the whole point is if we do the opposite side, we have to do the opposite operation. I bring the rid of -1.
And divide by -1.
Divide everything through by -1.
And they all positive one.
True, and with one additional thing. Having a negative messes things up, because this has to flip. So now we have y is greater than or equal to 3x plus 7. Now you can find your slope and your y-intercept, and you can do the same thing we're doing. But it has to be in the y equals form. You have to make sure that you change your signs correctly, and then you can finish your problem. So on 6, we move our x term. It's going to be positive or negative. It's going to be negative. To start out positive, you have to move it. Move x, change the sign. Now what? And if we divide by a negative,
Yeah, that's it.
got to flip our sign. So we have that y is now greater than or equal to, leave as a fraction, 1/2 x. 8 divided by 4, 8 divided by -2 is -4. And now we have our line in a form that we graph and we can show.